Well, I love watching heist movies. Why do people like heist movies? I think they like them because we all fantasize about being criminals, potentially. All right. What would it be like if you were bad somehow? And could you get away with it? You always think, could I ever get away with a bank robbery? Oh, I can outrun these, or I can be sneaky enough to do this, but most of the time you can't. You know, the world's too sophisticated nowadays. The police are too sophisticated. There are a lot of sophisticated criminals, but a heist movie, because it's immediate, it's tension, it's happening right now, and it could get screwed up very quickly and go in the wrong direction. One bad decision can just escalate, and that's what's interesting about it. Well, I think it's very effective for actors when you shoot fast enough and you keep them on edge enough, because you're consistently trying to keep the tension going, and which means you don't want to spread it across the day so long in hours. You want to try to keep it compact because it's hard for them to keep their adrenaline up. You let them go back to their trailers to wait to set up new shots. You try to keep them on set and try to get through the scene so that they can keep that tension. Otherwise, you can see that it's not the same when you go later and later in the day. Does that make sense? They have to. It's literally like a boxer going in a ring. You can't have a boxer boxing all day. You got to kind of use them for windows when you can really get them to build them up. Well, I mean, they're playing a lot of different levels. Each one of them. I mean, they're playing a lot of tension, but there's a lot of like, fear of death, fear of getting caught, caring about each other. There's different emotional stuff. They're playing all these different levels, which is kind of interesting, and just trying to keep the reality. What would it be like if you're on a stuck with a hostage, and people want to get away and people want to live? You know, it's a good combination of people, and I've never worked with Yahya. I've never worked with the three of them before, and they all had something very unique to it, and I think it was a great triple, to have those three actors together. Well, I mean, I've always been a big camera person and shot inventor. So we did a lot of new drone techniques that haven't really been done in movies before, and it's just I like imagining visually how I can tell a story differently. It does have its own identity. It is a mass of people, and it's a crowd of people, and the freeways, and the traffic, and the gigantic buildings, and the beautiful sunsets. It does have a look about it, and I grew up there as a kid, so I know it very, very well. And there hasn't been like a real big LA movie in a very long time shot there, like LA playing as a character. There's the reality, and I always try to put real U.S. SEALs in movies, or real CIA people, or real whatever, real NASA people in my movies. The different movies I've done. This one has like 50 LAPD police officers, so all the SWAT is real. The SIS special unit, those are all real. Undercover people are real. Some of the real LAPD helicopters. There's a lot of real police tactics in this that they gave us when you would have a chase like this in this scenario. It just makes it authentic, and you can't teach this. You can't dress an actor to look this way. They just are that way, And so I put a few actors within this massive group of cops. So, and it's same with the EMT. We had a real paramedic on the set who's seen everything. There's a scene that's kind of hairy when she's doing something to an injured person on her on the stretcher. I won't say it for the audience, but and that's completely real. We had real trauma surgeons like telling us this is exactly how you do it. We're FaceTiming as we're shooting it, so we just try to keep the reality there.